The mythical story of Romulus and Remus begins in an age when the gods still shaped the fate of mortals, when the land of Italy was young and wild, and its hills had yet to bear the crown of a city. There was once a princess, Rhea Silvia, daughter of Numitor, rightful king of Alba Longa, a city said to be descended from Aeneas of Troy. But Numitor was cast down by his brother Amulius, a usurper hungry for power. To keep Rhea Silvia from bearing sons who might one day reclaim the throne, Amulius made her a Vestal virgin, sworn to remain childless and serve the goddess Vesta. Yet fate cannot be bound by oaths, nor can the will of the gods be silenced. Mars, the god of war, came to Rhea Silvia, and from their union were born twin sons Romulus and Remus. To Amulius, these infants were a threat, a spark that might ignite rebellion. In fear and cruelty, he ordered them cast into the Tiber River, left to die. But the river was not their enemy. The waters bore them gently, carrying them to the foot of the Palatine Hill. There, upon the muddy banks, destiny itself intervened. A she-wolf, fierce and wild, discovered the crying babes. Instead of devouring them, she bent her head and suckled them, nursing them with her milk. A woodpecker, sacred to Mars, brought them food. Thus, the children of war were kept alive by the wilderness itself. In time, a shepherd named Faustulus found the twins and, with his wife Acca Laurentia, raised them as his own. They grew strong, bold, and quick of mind. They hunted in the forests, raced through the fields, and led bands of other shepherds in daring adventures. But their true nature, the fire of kingship, burned within them. As young men, Romulus and Remus clashed with the henchmen of Amulius. When Remus was captured and brought before Numitor, the old king saw in him a spark of kinship. The truth was revealed: the twins were his grandsons, heirs to his line. Together, Romulus and Remus raised an army, overthrew Amulius, and restored Numitor to his throne. Yet the twins were not destined to remain in Alba Longa. Their hearts yearned for their own city. A new beginning, a kingdom born not of inheritance but of destiny. They returned to the banks of the Tiber, where the she-wolf had once sheltered them, and there they resolved to build. But brothers, though bound in blood, often clash in pride. Romulus chose the Palatine Hill. Remus preferred the Aventine. Each claimed the gods favored his choice. To settle the dispute, they turned to augury, watching the skies for omens. Remus saw 6 vultures, yet Romulus saw 12. Their followers argued, voices rose, and anger kindled into violence. In the heat of that quarrel, Remus mocked his brother. Some say he leapt over the walls Romulus had begun to raise, scoffing at their weakness. Enraged, Romulus struck him down. "So perish all who cross my walls," he cried. In that moment, the bond of twinhood was broken, and Romulus stood alone. Thus Romulus became the first king of Rome, and from his name the city took its title. He gathered exiles, wanderers, and fugitives, offering them a place within his walls. Rome grew not from noble birth alone, but from the strength of outcasts and warriors who found unity beneath Romulus's rule. To bind his people, Romulus called for wives, but the neighboring tribes scorned him. So he devised a bold, if ruthless, plan. At the festival of Neptune, the Romans seized the daughters of the Sabines. Though born of violence, this act forged alliances. The women themselves later stood between their fathers and their husbands in battle, bringing peace and uniting the tribes into one people. Romulus reigned long, shaping laws, building armies, carving order from the wilderness. Some say he vanished in a storm, taken up to the heavens by his father Mars, to live as Quirinus, a god of Rome. Others whisper that the senators slew him, their envy too great to bear. But the people believe the divine tale that Romulus, born of Mars and suckled by the she-wolf, had ascended to guard the city he had founded. And so, Rome was born, not from peace but from struggle, not from unity but from rivalry, sacrifice, and divine will. Its founders were twins, bound by fate yet divided by ambition. One fell, the other rose. And from their stories sprang the greatest city of the ancient world. Even today, when Rome's stones gleam beneath the sun, the shadow of Romulus and Remus lingers. The wolf still watches from her bronze likeness. Eternal mother of a city, eternal reminder that greatness is born not in comfort, but in fire, in blood, and in destiny.